Good morning students, this is Joy Varghese from Uncovering Chemistry. Today in video 2, unit 4 chemical kinetics, we are going to discuss about the topics what I told in first video, that is example based on rate of reaction, then textbook page number 97, 100, 101, 102. Dependence of rate of concentration, that is one topic, rate expression and rate constant, that we are going to discuss. Okay, so first we'll start with the examples on rate of reaction. Now in textual exercise, you can see textual example here 4.1 solved example. What we say, it is given on page, you can see, just a minute, page 97. Okay, now we will go through your textbook. First we will go through the question and then I will explain it. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is the example what I am talking about. You can see from the concentration of butyl chloride, what is given here, at a different time given below, calculate the average rate. Average means, what is the meaning of that? RAV we have to calculate. Understood? Now we know that average rate is equal to what? If it is a reactant, it will be minus delta into change in concentration upon delta T, what we say. Understood? So these all are the value of time what is given here, time intervals, and these are the concentration in mole liter inverse, that is at 0 second, at 50 seconds, like this what times are given. Now when we start solving this, I think you can see we can determine the difference in concentration over different interval of time and thus determine the average rate by dividing delta R by delta T. So the first, you can see few observations are given. Now based on this we will be calculating this numericals, what we say. Okay, now in beside this page you can see they have directly given the values, but how are that values being derived, that we will see by calculation. Okay, just a minute. Okay, now when we say it was given that the concentration of CH4, H3, H9 sorry, and Cl, they have given the concentration at different time interval. You can see the table, right? Now if we want to find the average rate of this, we know the formula RAV, the word is what? Average rate is equal to, we can say minus, that is change in concentration of the reactant upon change in time, what we say. Understood? Or this can also be written as minus, what we say here, I will change the bracket here because two brackets will be used, R2 minus R1, okay, divided by T2 minus T1. Okay, this is the average rate. Now suppose the first, what we say, for time interval of 0 to 50 minutes, right? Now 0 to 50 minutes, when we say the R1 value, that is concentration of the reactant, that is first at 0 was 0.100, what we say, mole liter inverse, right? Because concentration is given in mole liter inverse. Same way for concentration, that is R2 at here this is at time t is equal to 0 second and this is at time, that is T1. This is T2 at 50 seconds or 50 minutes, I think it is given. Okay, so second it is, okay, second. Clear? So R2 is given as 0.0905, what is, okay. So now suppose if we calculate this, we know the formula, this formula what we have seen. So RAV will be equal to R2 minus R1. So what is R2? So R2 is 0.0905 minus 0.100. Understood? Divide by T2 minus T1 means 50 minus 0. So we can say here, this will be, if you calculate, it will be 1.9 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole liter inverse and second inverse. Why? Because if you see the unit of this is mole liter inverse upon second. So this is the unit how we got from this. Okay, unit of rate of reaction. Okay, so this is the value, that is 1.9 into 10 raised to minus 4. Similarly, for second time interval, that is we can write for time interval that is for 50 to 100 minutes. It is second, it should be, okay, seconds what we say, is given as RAV will be equal to, now for R2 minus I1 means 100 it is given, minus you can write 0.0820, clear, minus 0.0905, means this is at 50 second and this is at 100 second, right? So this is R2 minus R1 what we have done. Understood? So this one, if you divide it with time, it will be 100 minus 50. Understood? So which is equal to, you will get 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole liter inverse second inverse. Understood? So these are the two things. So if you see, as the time proceeds, the concentration is decreasing with time. Understood? The concentration is decreasing with time. Okay. So the next part we will see from your textbook, the values what are given. Now you can see here the values what are given. So how we got this 1.90, right? That we have seen here. See, this is the way how we got that 1.90 by subtracting. So this each and every time interval you have to write it in your fair book. Don't directly copy this what we say, the table what is given in your book. How you got this value, that you need to calculate. Everything is given there and you must get. Now if you see, as the time proceeds, that is we start from 0 to 700 seconds, when we say the concentration is decreasing, rate of reaction, if you see it is decreasing what we say. Understood? So the reason, I think everyone understood what is the reason. Now last time what we have discussed about, if you remember, instantaneous rate, this all things we have discussed, that is at a particular instant, if the tangent is being drawn, then from the slope you can get the value of this what we say. Okay, now the next part. Now this is given on page number 99 of your textbook, that is for a given reaction where the stoichiometric of the coefficient of reactant are same, that is the rate of reaction is given as. Now here when we say Hg plus Cl2 gives you mercury chloride, what is given? HgCl2. You can see here, right? Now if you want to write the rate of this reaction, how to write the rate? Suppose the reaction is given like this, you can see the reaction is given, that is Hg plus what we say Cl2 gives you what? HgCl2, right? So if I want to write the rate of this, that is rate of reaction, clear, for this reactant part and the product part, what we say, clear. The reactant part, it is given as minus delta concentration of Hg, change in concentration of Hg upon delta T. For this what I said, for chlorine it will be, because nothing is there, so 1, so no need to write 1 upon 1, minus concentration of chlorine divided by delta T. But when we talk about the product part, there is a plus sign, so plus you can write. If you don't write plus also, it is considered as positive sign only here. Okay, divide by delta T, right? Here change will come, change in concentration. Understood? So this is the way how to write the rate of reaction. Understood? Now suppose if another one, this type of another example is given, that is here, suppose the example is like this, that reaction 5Br minus plus BrO3 minus plus 6H plus gives 3Br2 plus 3H2O, right? Okay. So now if I want to give the rate of this reaction, what I will do? First of all, for this reactant part, this is which part? This is your reactant part and this is your, what we say it is, product part. Right. So if I want to give the rate of this reaction, I can easily write like this. What it is? Minus 1 by 5 here. How to write here? Minus 1 by 5. What is it? into means this is the way how the rate is written based on the stoichiometric of the reaction, stoichiometric coefficient what we say, right? Here the stoichiometric coefficient was 1, so we didn't mention here. So now here minus, if 5 is there, 1 by 5, right? 1 by 5 into change in concentration of Br minus, square bracket means concentration it mentions, whole upon delta T. Same way for BrO3 minus 1 is there, so directly I will write change in concentration of BrO3 minus whole upon delta T. Here same way for H plus it will be 1 by 6, but negative sign will be there, understood? 1 by 6 into change into concentration of H plus divided by delta T, right? Same way for the product side, when we say product means increase in concentration, so positive sign will come. So rate for this will be given as minus 1, sorry not minus, plus 1 by 3 delta concentration of Br2 divided by delta T. Understood this part? So same way you can give the rate for water also, that is 1 by 3. Actually there is very negligible change in concentration of water, but as we are writing the rate you will understand how to express this. See. So plus 1 by 3 also for this, because stoichiometric coefficient is 3 here, into change into concentration of H2 upon delta T. So this is the way how you have to represent what we call the rate of reaction for a given reaction. This can be asked in MCQ or for 1 mark. Okay, understood? Next part. Now in your textbook there is a reaction given, the decomposition of N2O5. Now this is example 4.2 on page number 100. The decomposition of N2O5 in CCl4 at 318 Kelvin has been studied by monitoring the concentration of N2O5 in the solution. Initially, the concentration of N2O5 is 2.33 mole liter inverse, and after 184 minutes, that is initial means R1 this is, and after 184 minutes it reduces to 2.08 mole liter inverse. The reaction takes place according to the equation is given here. What is asked? Calculate the average rate of this reaction in terms of hours, minute and second. Now this is very easy. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So hour into second you have to convert, 3600 you have to divide what we say. Okay, so that you can do it later on. Okay, so first we will find out what we say the average rate. Now for that we will just solve it in our what we say, you directly don't write this because there is one change here, that is minute you can, that is convert it into hours what is given here. Okay, so that we will discuss now. See. Okay, now when we are talking about textual example 4.2. Okay, textual example 4.2, it is given on page 100 in your textbook. Okay, now in this case the reaction, when we say, first of all I write the chemical reaction. You can see 2N2O5 gives, that is decomposition. What is this? Decomposition reaction. Decomposition of N2O5 gives you 4NO2 plus O2, like this what we write, right? So now if I want to write the rate for this, what we say, that is average rate. So RAV will be equal to, for this product reactant side, what we say, this is reactant side, this is your product side, right? So RAV will be equal to minus 1 by 2, because 2 is the stoichiometric coefficient here. So 1 by 2 into change in concentration of N2O5 divided by delta T. Okay, and same way for this, plus 1 by 4 into change in concentration of NO2 divided by delta T equal to change in concentration, this is nothing, so I will write here plus change in concentration of O2 divided by delta T. Understood? Now in this case when you see the time, T1 when we say is 0 seconds or 0 minutes I will say. And when we talk about T2, it is 184 minutes, right? When we talk about the concentration of, that is initial concentration. What is the word? Initial concentration. That is R1, what we say, or equal to what? N2, concentration of N2O5, right? Which is equal to, you can see in your book it was given 2.33, right? After that final concentration. I am talking about final concentration means concentration R2, that is after 184 minutes, right? It changed into that N2O5 concentration was 2.08, right, like this. So if I substitute this value, we can say here that is RAV, that is we can write average rate will be equal to what? Minus of, we can say, right, R2 minus R1 whole upon T2 minus T1, right? So which is equal to minus of, you can write 2.08 minus 2.33 divided by 184 minus 0. So it will be, sorry, here one mistake we did, minus 1 by 2 we forgot to write, this one. Okay, so minus 1 by 2 what we write here. Okay, so minus 1 by 2 here. So it will be, if you divide this and subtract, you will get average rate will be 6.79 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole liter inverse and minute inverse. Understood? Now if you want this in second, we know 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, right? So 184 minute is equal to how much? The simple cross multiplication you can do. So this you multiply it with 60. So you will get RAV, that is 6.79, I think. Instead of that, you will get 4.07 into 10 raised to minus 2 mole liter inverse and second inverse. It will be different, I think. Sorry, this one is for R inverse, right? And means this is for hour, this is for minute, and for second, if it is, it will be RAV will be equal to will be equal to 1.13 into 10 raised to minus 5 mole liter inverse second inverse, right? So this you can convert it into seconds also. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So same way you can convert this also. Okay. So like this, three things what you have done. Okay. This is the way how to calculate average when concentration is given. Okay. This was example, textual example, solved example 4.2. Now the next one. Now the next one is your what you call it as in-text question for the reactant R2P, hypothetical reaction. The concentration of reactant change from this to this, what we say. That is, what is the meaning? This one is your R1, right? And this one will be your R2 concentration. In 25 minutes, calculate the average rate of reaction using the unit of time both in minutes also and in second also. Okay, so we will just calculate this part. Just a minute. See. Now, in-text question 4.1. In-text question 4.1, right? Now this is given on page number 100 in your textbook, NCERT textbook page 100. Okay. Now when we talk about this, you can see that is concentration R1 is given there in your question. If you see, R1 is 0.03, right? Same way concentration R2, that is at time T1 is equal to 0, and here T2 is equal to 25 minutes what is given. R2 concentration after 25 minutes, that is concentration what we say is given 0.02 what we say, right? Now you have to calculate the average rate. So we know the formula, RAV is equal to minus, what is that? Change in concentration of reactant upon change in time, or can also be written as minus change in concentration, what we say, that is R2, concentration of R2 minus R1 whole upon T2 minus T1 what we say, right? So if I substitute the value, it will be equal to minus of 0.02 minus 0.03 divided by, now this is given in molarity what we say, right? Now molarity, concentration was given in molarity, capital M, divided by T2 minus T1, that is 25 minus 0. So which is equal to, if you calculate it, you will get 4 into 10 raised to minus 4 molar minute inverse. Now we know 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, right? So seconds, if you want to convert, what you have to do, you will multiply this with 60 what we say. So in this is RAV in minute what we say, same thing RAV in seconds if you want, it will be 6.66 into 10 raised to minus 6 mole second inverse. So these are the two things what is given. Okay, now the next in-text question, if you see in your book what is given there, what is this? In a reaction that is 2A to product, the concentration of A decreases from this to this what we say, means this is concentration is R1 what we say, and now A if it is there we can take it as A1, and this one what we say it as A2, right? In 10 minutes, that is, this is T2 what we call, right? So calculate the rate during the interval what we say. Now what is the meaning of that? Just see. Okay. Now when we start solving this, we have the reaction 2A gives you what? The product. Right? Now you have to calculate the rate of this interval what is given. That is what? At time T1 is equal to 0, concentration of A1 what we say is equal to what we say it is 0.5 mole liter inverse, right? And at time T2 I think it is given 10 minutes, right? Concentration, that is at time T2 is given as 0.4 mole liter inverse. Okay, so now suppose what we say, if I want to calculate the average rate, will be equal to minus 1 by 2. Now why I took 1 by 2? Because you can see the stoichiometric coefficient is 2 here. As it is a reactant there is a decrease in concentration, so minus sign. Okay, we have to keep on revising like this. Now see the next one here. So minus 1 by 2 delta, that is change in concentration of A upon change in time what we say. Okay, now the next part. Okay, so which is equal to minus 1 by 2 into concentration of A2 minus concentration of A1, clear, whole upon T2 minus T1, that is change in time. So which is equal to minus 1 by 2 into 0.4 minus 0.5 mole liter inverse whole upon 10 minus 0. So which is equal to minus 1 by 2 into, you can see, minus 0.1 divided by 10. So if you calculate this, you will get what? 5 into, that is, you can just simplify this, 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 mole liter inverse minute inverse. This is the answer, average what we say, rate. Understood? So this was in-text question 4.2. Okay. Now the next topic, what is it, is rate law and all what we are going to discuss. Okay. Just a minute. Now we have already discussed about the factor influencing the rate of reaction. That is, rate of reaction depend upon the experimental conditions such as concentration of reactant, pressure in case of gas, and temperature and catalyst. So these are the things what we have discussed. Okay, already. Now today the next topic what is there, that is dependence of rate on concentration. Means how does it depend? The rate of chemical reaction at a given temperature may depend on the concentration of one or more reactant and product. The representation of rate of reaction in terms of, that is, rate of reaction if it is represented in terms of reactant is known as rate law what we call, right? So this is the definition what you have to write in your notebook, and it is also called rate equation or rate expression what we call. Understood? So what is rate law? So it is the representation of rate of reaction in terms of concentration of reactant is known as rate law, or also call it as rate equation or rate expression. Understood? Now the next topic in detail we are going to study about rate expression. That is the result 4.1, table 4.1 clearly show, that is the table of example what we saw, that rate of reaction decrease with the passage of time, right? That we have seen in textile example, solved example 4.1. As the concentration of reactant decreases. This is very important part. Conversely, rate of generally increase when reactant concentration increases. Understood? So this is also very important. So the rate of reaction depend upon what? The concentration of reactant. Now what is this? We will understand it through an example. Now suppose consider a general reaction. Consider a general reaction. General reaction, what we say? Clear? General reaction when you consider, that is AA, this is stoichiometric coefficient, plus B gives you what? C plus D, like this, right? So here you can see A, B, C and D. What are these all? So they are, what are these all? They are stoichiometric coefficient. Right, stoichiometric coefficients, what we say, of reactant and products. Okay. Now, if you want to write the rate for this the rate expression for this reaction, above reaction, what we say, reaction is, you can write rate is directly proportional to concentration of A into concentration of B. When we talk about the rate of reactants, what we say, what we are talking about when we talk about rate of reactants, like this, reactant, right? Because we saw the definition, what we say, that is rate equation. Now see here, so rate is directly proportional to A. Now when I write here A, above this will not be a stoichiometric coefficient, that's why I have written X and I have written Y. So actually what is this X and Y? So they are what? Order of reaction. What are these all? Order of reaction. Now order of reaction is determined experimentally. Here, so no, you don't have to learn by heart. It will be given in your questions if it is asked. Okay, and some reactions are there in which some numericals are there in which you have to calculate this. That I will explain when it comes. Okay, so now this X and Y are not this A, B, C and D, that is stoichiometric coefficient. These are order of reaction, and order of reaction is determined experimentally, so no need to learn by heart there. Okay, so now when we say, so now suppose if you can see exponent is, I have written here, X and Y may not be equal to, now above equation can also be written as rate will be equal to K into concentration of A raised to X into concentration of B raised to Y. Now what is K here? So we can write K, where K is proportionality constant, or also you can write it as a rate constant. What is this? Rate constant. So new term you have studied in this topic, that is K is nothing but we can call it as a rate constant. Understood? Now this you can see, now this same equation can also be written as, that is minus D into constant dr by dt, differential when we write now, differential rate equation. Understood? This is what this is, differential rate equation, right? So you can write this way also, dr by dt, we have infinitesimally small values when we say, that time we have discussed this. So dr by dt is equal to K into A raised to X into B, concentration of B raised to Y. So this part I think it is clear. So what is K here? K is, what is K? K is rate constant. Understood this part? Okay. Now you can go through your textbook. I will just explain it through your textbook also, though this part will be clear. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is the part what we have discussed from your textbook. What is a page number 101. Okay, so what is this? You can see this is 4.4b is known as differential rate equation. That is, if dr by dt is written, it is called differential rate equation, where k is the proportionality constant, or called rate constant, k what we are talking about. The equation like 4.4 what we have seen, 4.4, which relates the rate of a reaction to the concentration of reactant, is called rate law or rate expression. Means what? This we are talking about, this part. 4.4 means, right? This is called rate expression or rate reaction. See, now the definition what is given here. Rate law is the expression in which reaction rate is given in terms of what? Molar concentration, that is molarity of reactant, with each term raised to the power. Each term raised to the power means we are talking about this part, right? Raised to some power which may be or may not be same as the stoichiometric coefficient, because I already explained this x and y are order of reaction. That is the topic coming next with this. Okay, so it is an order of reaction. Understood? Which may or may not be same as the stoichiometric coefficient of the species in a balanced chemical equation. Understood? Now if you want to understand, we will take this example. 2NO plus O2 gives you 2NO2. Understood? So when I write the rate of this reaction, you can see here, what is this? Rate is equal to K into NO2 raised to 2. So what is this 2 here when we say? This 2 is a order of reaction. Order of reaction. Don't take it as a, what you call it, as stoichiometric coefficient. Sometime it may be same, but actually this order of reaction is determined experimentally. Here it is determined experimentally. Clear? So always remember this part. Okay, and here nothing is there, so we can write it as 1. Don't write 0. 1 we have to write. Understood? So this is the thing what we have discussed here. Rate can be like this. Now the next part. Okay, you can see here. If you want to write a differential form of this rate expression, you can write like this also. Okay. Now you can see some more examples are given. These examples you can write down in your book. Here the reaction is given, and you can see here it is raised to 1/2. Now what is the meaning of 1/2? I already said that this is determined experimentally. It is not, you have to remember this for all reaction. This will be given already. And this way also here it is 0. So 0 order, what we say, this is first order, this is what I say, half what is given, 0.5. Okay. Now this all things we will discuss in the next topic. But before that, one definition is there. In this reaction, the exponent of consonant terms are not the same as their stoichiometric coefficient. Understood? Because here if you see the stoichiometric coefficient, nothing is given, so 1. But here we are not writing 1. Here it is 0 what we said. Understood? So now, thus we can say that rate law for any reaction cannot be predicted by merely looking at the balance, this balanced chemical equation, that is theoretically, but must be determined experimentally. Understood? So this is the part what I was talking about, this part, the exponent what we said. Understood? So we will stop here. Next time we will be continuing with the order of reaction. Okay? Thank you.